This wasn't the first time that I had attempted to take my own life, yet I can promise you, this most definitely will be my last. A month ago, I decided to end my own life by downing illicit substances and something a bit more potent with a side order of ginseng tea. No kidding. I literally laid back in my bed and played the CD by Coldplay all night long, a rush of blood to the head. I began to, at first, sleep like a log. Then somewhere during that night, I awoke, frightened. I felt my entire body shut down. I felt my entire body shut down, beginning with my mind. Each compartment was as if they were rooms, and persons were turning out the lights to leave for the night, or practically forever, and it scared me so much. I remember standing up, kicking my legs, and honestly not wanting to believe the drowsy effect taking me over. I was so frightened, not even of dying, but because I just realized my grandmother would open the door of my bedroom and see me lying cold and dank in my bed with this velvet light blaring over me. My body was frozen, my limbs solid, and my eyes open, staring up at the ceiling. I realized she would see me this way. So frighteningly, I began to push myself to fight the haze, to fight against the tiredness I was feeling, to fight against death. I kept saying, "No, this isn't happening. I won't die. I can't be dying if I am talking. My eyes are open, and here I am. People like me don't die. I can't let her see me lying in bed, cold and sick with my eyes open. Please don't let me die. Not like this." I heard a voice that said, "Lie back." As I began to walk myself to bed, I remember gazing profoundly into space. Do you know how people give blank stares when they are thinking hard about something? The difference with me was my mind was blank, and each part of me was shutting down physically, and I felt this. I just could not die this way. But the voice told me to lie back. Lie down and wait. So I tried to close my eyes, and then I began to see myself lying in bed. This would be the out-of-body experience, I guess, because I saw myself on the ceiling in spirit form, staring at my physical body, staring back with her eyes open, literally just dying, preparing to die. Such a dark death. Then it got a little better because I began to feel lavender and purple and indigo around my body, haloing me in some sort of comforting vice. It was enchanting, beautiful, and very loving. I could still hear the song Daylight in the boombox playing. I saw the haloed image of God, either a seraphim or God himself, because he flew right over my sleeping body. My spirit returned to my body and waited to be collected by angels, and said in the most loving of voices, "I can't take you now, honey. I'm sorry." I spiritually remained in my body, and then I began to dream lucid dreams, or hallucinate. Truthfully, I don't know, but this is what I saw. I saw myself still staring up at the ceiling, first, except I was in a hospital and dressed in all black, with a little white daisy in my front pocket. My entire family came to see me. I was hooked up to machines. I was barely breathing, a tube, respirator, in my mouth. I was so paralyzed, my entire body save for my eyes, that couldn't blink, staring up at my family. I saw them all quite vividly, all of them crying. I also heard the same voice, God, who said, "I'm sorry, doll, but sometimes when people attempt to take their own lives, and it's not their time to go, they end up in situations just to pass that time away until it's time for that life to end. And sometimes they end up in situations such as this. This is what happens." The voice was soothing and loving. I knew this was a time to learn. It concluded with a kind but quite realistic, "You will wake up. You will be in 100% shape, and your mind will be 100% healthy as it always was. But when this is over, you will wake up very sick. Perhaps this will discourage you from future tries. Please, I am begging you, your life will be beautiful. I promise you. You have nothing to worry about. You won't be homeless in the street. I was always worried that I wouldn't graduate high school or be able to take care of myself. This is a promise from me to you. Please trust in me. I promise to never let you fall. Then my mind was dancing in velvet and black. Literally, shapes and universes were eating each other and growing inside of one another. Celestial energy all the way, stars dancing around one another, and stars bursting into light. After this, I remember waking up with a full sound mind as promised. And as promised, I was sick for 3 days straight, vomiting everything up. This was the body's defense to make sure I wouldn't ingest anything harmful. I know this now. But after those 3 days, I healed up back to the normal me. I was also inspired to write after my ordeal. This is what I wrote. It's to say, no matter who you are in this world, gay, straight, black, white, African or American, whoever you are, male, female, transgender, animal, whoever or whatever, if it's created, God loves it. God loves you. If this will discourage anyone from ending it all, if this brings anyone out there hope, then I have done a good deed somewhere, which makes me very proud. I hope this gives people hope. Here is what I wrote the day right after what I had done. Have you ever heard that old adage? Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought her back. I never believed it was true until last night. As with, love is stronger than death. Emotions and feelings are such guiding forces, able to raise us from the dead. Something so small like love, yet so meaningful. Being sadly depressed for so long of my life, and I have yet to see a miracle in my life. No one was a harsher, meaner taskmaster critic of me than me. You can psychologize where those negative inner voices come from: mom, dad, uncle, grandma, and grandpa, or blame your entire dysfunctional family. Go on, you know you want to. Hell, the rest of you wants to place the blame rightfully into your arms, your lap. In truth, however you decide to put together why I am unstable, that's fine by me. But invariably, the madness of my existence always drove me to want to end it all. It's been this way since I was 12 years old. My grandmother only realized the seriousness when I first, and finally, allowed myself into the care of psychoevaluation. When you are stretched out on a stretcher and you're vomiting all over the place until your insides burned, you would think that is when a person would stop, right? Wrong. I wasn't a week out of the hospital before I attempted 4 different times, always thinking, this is it, this will be the last of me, only to find myself awake, full-blown awake, and in pain. Always in pain, worse pain than when I first attempted. Last night was inevitable. His heart ached for me and figured enough was enough. Perhaps he just had to prove who was key over life or death. And guess who it is, everyone? It's not just Jesus, and it's not just God, but also me. I had the power to blow me away, or I had the power to strengthen me. Me. Last night, I drank down an entire bottle of illicit substances, a bottle of Beefeater gin, some sleeping aids, and a side order of ginseng tea. I figured, now this will invariably work. And guess what, everyone? It really did. When I was stretched out on the stretcher, that was nothing. Absolutely zilch nothing compared to last night. I could feel my entire body shutting down, my brain closing, and my heart slowed until there was but a faint heartbeat. And if you think I am kidding, you think I am being dramatic, and that's fine. But I know what I felt last night. I saw the beginning stages of death. Firstly, you must believe angels surround you with love despite how low you feel. Even if you're as cut and dry as Bill Maher, angels surround and light your path. They are there for a reason. See, when you die, you need to be escorted through the astral realms. Who's better to do it than angels? I have about 50 plus guarding me. I saw myself step out of my body. I was raised up high on the ceiling a few times, staring down at my sleeping body. Most scientists would say that the brain is still active, even in death. This was several images at once flashing before me, because perhaps I was to have a near-death experience or die, and that could be true as well. My brain, understanding its and the body's demise, could have been truly overactive that night, flashing several things, including my childhood before me. But I know what I saw. Next thing, I feel my entire bedroom light with rainbows, purple and gold light, and I could feel God's presence. Do you know what he said? He didn't say, "You're going to burn in hell. You're evil for this. You're a bad person." Do you know what he said to me? "I can't take you right now, honey. You are barely finished with this lifetime. You have to complete while you are here. When you wake up, you will be very sick, but nothing will happen to you." I remember the very soft, subtle way he said, "honey." It felt so wonderful, like God was up to date, and at the same time was himself. He had a soft, feminine touch, as God is both male and female energy, but it was nice. I always remembered reading Christian self-help books in bookstores, feeling frustrated, always my heart breaking in this, "Well, does this include me?" way, when they would describe the vastness and the boundlessness and the foreverness of God's love. It would always wreck my heart. How could God ever love me? Sort of how I view everyone in my life, my family, my friends, online and offline, right here. How could anyone love me when I can't love myself? Revolutionary esotericism. So why should God take time out of his busy day to care anything about me? Protect me? Yes. When I drink myself sick for days at a time, no food, no water, nothing but the booze that rocks in my gut, reminded me just how alone I am, just how sad I am, shunned by the world. So Father, if I am your daughter, why have you allowed her to prostitute herself on the streets? Can you love tainted girls like me? No one could, but then I was resurrected by love, the guiding hand of light love. I was brought back because my heart refused to give up. That poor engine just would not give up. So here I am, everyone. Even that Don Henley song stuck in my head, "I'm taking you home," which I figured, and there it was, my friends. My first encounter with my angels and God. Plus, my heart may have stopped or slowed to nothing, but it was still flowing with blood. The blood of love, the lamb, whatever you call it. Something kept me grounded in the physical, from leaving. I am here to do something important, and certain people in my life, my grandma for instance, loved me. I kept thinking, oh my God, what if she finds my body right here in the bed? How would she feel? How would she feel seeing my lifeless dead body laying here in bed as the CD Coldplay remains on forever repeat? That kept me grounded here. That image. Her. Not even her, but just the idea she would see my body lying in this bed, dead, with my eyes gazing up at the ceiling. My eyes didn't close for part of the night. Part of that night. Most of that night. I wish I could have understood the significance then. What did my eyes read when they were locked onto my ceiling? Were they in hope? Sadness? Despair? Could they have read my expression if I had died that night? The idea that we sort of wake one another up every day to complete the day. It's different now because I can write my emotions, but not show them. And I understand now. Everything. She kept my heart from letting me fly. Love is stronger than death. The same could even be said of Jesus Christ. He sacrificed his own life as the last sacrifice so that all can have salvation. Personally, I believe God came down more than once besides Jesus, but Jesus is most popular with everyone. Another prime example would be the movie Lost and Delirious. Remember when Polly was with Mary Brave? They recited Lady Macbeth's role in Shakespeare's Macbeth, and then chose themselves to become one with the darkness. Remember when Mary Brave at the end said, "I was almost lost to the darkness, but you were inside me saying, 'Be strong.' You were the heart inside of me that kept to the light." Sadly, Polly didn't have anyone to love her, and Polly didn't have anyone to guide her from the darkness, so she had to fly. It's a lot like that. I was lost in oblivion, black holes, black scenery, and apathy, but my heartbeat kept me here, grounded on planet Earth. I love you all. Stay strong. Please keep pushing on. Someone hears you. Somewhere. That does it for today's experience. As always, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Until next time, stay safe, and continue to be blessed.